Hey, this is Brian King with Titan Nutrition, home of the highest quality and best tasting proteins on the market. Check them out at TitanNutrition.net. Now, back to SuppTalk Radio, your insider guide to your favorite supplement companies.
Howdy, folks. Please be sure to continue listening as our new segment will be launching after our conversation with today's guest. Welcome, as always, to another fun-packed episode of SuppTalk Radio. My guest today has a degree in kinesiology and applied fitness, certified fitness trainer, and this time last year decided to jump into the supplement pool, thus launching Altus Premier Nutrition. As always, we'll talk about the company, products, and his overall philosophy of the industry. Allow me to introduce Jorge Montano, founder and CEO of Altus Premier Nutrition. Jorge, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sean. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate your time. I know it's early out there in California, but glad we're on the show here and getting things under wraps.
Yeah, definitely, man. I woke up today and the sun's not shining out here in LA, man. So I'm a little worried.
Yeah, but what's the temperature like though?
It's pretty cold. I think it's gonna rain today. It's gonna rain today and tomorrow. It's funny because it's been hot all week, but then just starts to rain on a random Tuesday.
Interesting. So, Jorge, as I mentioned, am I correct in saying that you guys launched just maybe a little bit less than a year ago, or maybe a year ago?
Yeah, a year ago in July, August. That's when we launched our first our pre-workout, Max Out, and then we just actually were able to launch our BCAA about a week ago. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, two products in probably in a year. That's actually, pretty good. And it's, we're doing fairly well, man. We're getting to know a lot of good people, partnering with a lot of great people. And in this industry, I think there's a lot of people willing to help. So that's great.
Now, Jorge, it's such a large industry. What made you decide to jump into the supplement pool?
Well, I used to play soccer back in my college days, and I was a consumer as well as for supplements, going into vitamin shop, GNC, and trying to get the best supplements out there to get me faster, to get me stronger, and just looking at the supplements out there and just starting comparing to what I could do different, and I was just tired of being lied to by these big companies, and I decided, I wanted to make a company that holds true its name, the value, the products, and give people, what they're really looking for, man. People are looking for, performance based products, and that's what I wanted to give them. I wanted to give them research-backed ingredients. I wanted to give them everything that they're looking for in order to compete, whether it was sports, fitness-related competitions. I want to be able to be that company that you can count on, so that you can compete at the highest level.
Gotcha. And how'd you come about the name?
Well, Altus Premier, it's funny because I was like hammering my head on what I was going to call my company. I was like just thinking, what am I going to call it? And I was talking to a couple buddies, and I'm like, hey man, think outside the box. Look at maybe some Latin names or some Greek names, just something that maybe is going to, catch something. And, I started looking at some names, and I was like, I wanted the name of the company to be a reflection of me, and in turn be a reflection of the product. And I came across Altus, and what Altus means very profound, which means of being the very best. If you literally look it up on Google and you type in Altus, then that's exactly what you're gonna get. That's the meaning of it. So I was like, wow, that's perfect. So the name Altus Premier, every product that comes out, it needs to live up to the name, being the very best. And like I said, this is a reflection of myself, that I don't take anything less than the highest standard. and every product that we come out with, it's gonna live up to its name. It's gonna be at the highest standard. It's gonna be premium.
Gotcha. So are you the only person behind the company right now?
Oh, right now, I am. We actually just hired a VP. She's gonna be in charge of bringing in all the brand ambassadors, which is gonna be good because we're in a stage where we've actually have received a lot of interest, especially a lot of brand ambassadors. A lot of people want to be involved with our company. So we actually have her name is Morgan Allen. So she's coming on board, and she's going to be in charge of gathering up a lot of brand ambassadors all over the United States, trying to get the right people on board, because the same thing goes is I want people who are going to represent the company to the highest standard. I want everybody who represents the company is going to be a reflection of the company. It's going to be a reflection of me, of her. The culture that I'm bringing to the company is it's a high standard company where I want everybody to walk their best, to talk their best, to show their best, to compete at their best. Everything about it, man, is you're just a model for we want to be a model for the entire fitness industry.
Understood. So you mentioned you have 2 products. Would love to discuss some of those a little bit with the listeners.
So we have a pre-workout called Max Out. The thing with the Max Out that I personally designed, I was looking at a bunch of pre-workouts. I was listing out ingredients and doses and just looking at everything. One of the things that makes our product much different than the rest of them is that we actually have non-proprietary blends. So what that means is that our ingredients are going to be listed properly with the doses. So it's not going to have a proprietary blend like a lot of these big companies will all have a muscle matrix formula, and then it'll list all the ingredients, and then it'll have a big dosage. It'll have like a huge dosage while the ingredients are listed. What that creates is that you don't know how much dosage you're getting for each ingredient. And that's key to knowing how to buy your ingredients, because if you want an ingredient, with a lot of caffeine, then you'll know how much caffeine it has. With a proprietary blend, if caffeine is just listed in one of those ingredients, you don't know how much caffeine you're getting. And the bad thing about these proprietary blends is that the listed ingredient will be by the highest dosage, and the last ingredient listed on there will be the lowest dosage. So realistically, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into and what you're getting out of your product. So when I created this, I wanted to create the label as transparent as possible so that people know exactly what they're getting. So when I was able to create that, I said, okay, what are the ingredients that are going to make this pre-workout better than the rest? So what I did is I added an ingredient called Pico 2. So Pico 2 is a university tested by University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and it was tested for improving power, strength, and endurance. So the demographics of my company and the vision of my company is geared towards that athletic, that performance-based, competing in a high level. So I wanted the pre-workout to meet that. So it's not a pre-workout that you just buy, you take, and you have an intense amount of energy and you're done. And then on to your next workout. The basis of this pre-workout is that with this ingredient, Pico 2, it will help you build power, it will help you build endurance, and it will help you build strength through your workouts. So it's something that it's gonna stick with you. It's not a one thing where you just take it a bunch of energy and you're done. This thing is the pre-workout is going to elevate your performance to the highest level. So and it's beneficial, as you take it, you'll perform better. If you have a baseline test and you say, hey, look, my max is this much, you take the pre-workout max out and you'll see within 7 days, you'll improve your strength, It'll improve your endurance and your power. So that's something that I personally love on my pre-workout, because any person, competing in sports, right, any competition, you want to be able to get faster. You want to be able to, jump higher. You want to be able to do these things. I think there's very few people that just go to the gym and say, hey, I don't have any goals. I think everybody who goes to the gym has a goal. They either want to get faster, they want to get, bigger, they want to get stronger. And then my pre-workout, it does that. Max Out does that. It gives you that competitive edge so that you can come in the next workout and be like, wow, I do feel stronger. Or wow, actually, I actually jump higher. It's not just a pre-workout just filled with a bunch of beta-alanine or filled with a lot of caffeine. Actually only has 250 milligrams of caffeine, which is a good dose. Gets you a great amount of energy, and it's able to give you that performance based as well. And not only does it have, Pico 2, which is a great ingredient, but it also has 2 grams of beta-alanine to give you that pump. And it also has another great ingredient that I love. It's called Alpha Size. And with Alpha Size, what it does, it actually improves your memory, your focus, and your concentration. So when you're there, you're locked in, you're dialed, you're ready to go. So it's an all-in-one pre-workout. It also has 1 gram. It also has 1 gram of carnitine, taurine, and it has 1 gram of creatine monohydrate. And it's just a multi, ingredient pre-workout that is going to give you multiple effects so that you can better your performance.
Now, George, here's a question for you. I'm somewhat familiar with the Pico 2 because I've seen it in other products as well. Now, I'm not going to say the scientific names, but the things like King's Trumpet and Lion's Mane, are those flowers, or what is that exactly? Because I know some of the other ones are mushrooms, but what are those?
The Pico 2, it's just the mushrooms. It's 6 inorganic mushrooms.
Oh, it's all mushrooms. Okay, because I see King's Trumpet and Lion's Mane, so okay, perfect.
Yeah, so it's 6 inorganic mushrooms. It's by Compound Solutions, and what they did is just they tested this thing. It's just they're extracting 6 mushrooms and make it into this great ingredient. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is it. This is what we have to do. And like I said, it's an ingredient. It's a premium ingredient, man. And I love it, and I know people out there are gonna love it as well.
So how did you arrive with orange and mango? I mean, it's a very interesting flavor. I know some people play it safe and go with the fruit punches and the blue raspberries. Why orange mango?
See, that's the thing, man. The fruit punch, everybody has fruit punch. Everybody has these typical products, flavors, and that's what I didn't want to create in my pre-workout. That's why every flavor that I researched is like, hey, I don't want to be like these guys. I don't want to have the fruit punches and just the regular ingredients. I tested a few flavors and I decided like, what's going to give you that not your typical flavor, but you're still getting, your orange, which is a typical flavor, but it's more than that. It's with the mango, I think it gives it like a tropical twist to it. Tastes awesome, man. So hey, I didn't want to create something just like the other guys. I didn't want to get the fruit punches and everything else. I just wanted to create something in its own. And I think so far so good. Our flavors are beyond, man. I think people enjoy taking a pre-workout just because it tastes so good, man. It tastes literally like you're just drinking a nice flavored drink.
So was it a long process trying to decide the flavor? I mean, did you have dozens and dozens of, as I'll say, Dixie cups filled with the different flavors, or did you automatically know that you already kind of maybe had focused in on the orange mango?
Well, just by researching the different flavors out there, I was like, hey, well, like what don't these other supplements have? What other flavors they don't have? So I was like, okay, there's a fruit punch, there's this, there's this, there's this. So I kind of, narrowed it down to, okay, maybe, there's not a lot of orange flavor out there. Like, what about an orange mango? I also tried some, orange pineapple, or I did the like a peach. I think I did a peach mango. I try to mix a couple flavors together, to get the best tasting one. And the best tasting one was the orange mango. So I tasted different ones and trying to mix different flavors here and there, just because I wanted to give a flavor that wasn't plain. I don't want to give a plain flavor because the pre-workout's not plain. I wanted it, to match wanted to give it a twist. I wanted to give it something different. So I think with the orange mango, I think it does that.
And then you mentioned earlier that you just released a BCAA formula called Remax.
Yes. Yeah. So the
let's
Remax.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
So the Remax, I was happy with the pre-workout. I loved it. I was like, wow, this is gonna be revolutionary. We got this going. And I said, hey man, it needs, Batman needs its Robin. So I needed to come up with something to supplement the pre-workout. And when we came out with Remax, and when I was, same thing, researching different BCAAs, I was like, hey man, I want to give same thing. Every product that we come out with, it's not going to be its plain Jane. It's going to be this product that's going to do more than what it's supposed to do. So the BCAAs, not only does it have 8 grams of BCAAs, but it also has electrolytes and it has organic coconut water. So with electrolytes and organic coconut water, what they're going to do is they're going to hydrate you to the best possible performance base that you need. So it's not just your BCAAs that you're getting in. You're getting a nice hydration drink, So when I was able to put this together, I said, I want something that's going to be more than just the BCAAs. I think there's not a lot of products out there that do a great job of just, hey, like, we're going to give you more than what you actually need. What's a good muscle recovery if you're not getting a proper hydration? Because proper hydration actually accounts for 10% of your performance. So if you're not hydrated properly, you're not going to perform to the highest level. So
Certainly.
With the BCAAs, you're able to recover and you're able to hydrate. So, it gives you that 2-for-1 punch, man. And I think that's what, athletes, people, in competitions, that's what people are looking for. That's what they want. They want to recover, but, it's right there. We're hydrating you as well. So I think it's a great sports drink, man. Great tasting as well. It's a lemon lime, and I think the coconut water definitely gives that twist. And then same thing I wanted to do, like the pre-workout max out. I wanted to give a flavor that was a little, like a little twist to it. So it was a lemon lime with a coconut, and it tastes awesome too, man.
And I think something else, George, that you didn't bring up that I'm going to bring up for you is, yes, you have the BCAAs, but you've also added a couple of additional essential amino acids.
Yes. So not only that, but it also has another multiplex. It has glutamine, great for recovery, lysine, histamine, tyrosine, 309, alanine. So it has other great amino acids as well, for aiding recovery. And like I said, I think the Remax just supplements the pre-workout itself because it's a multi-ingredient based product that it can give you the optimal results. And the same thing goes with this one. It's a transparency label, man. So every single ingredient is shown on there with its proper dosage. So you'll know how much BCAAs you're getting. It's not just your 8 grams of BCAA. People probably think like, oh man, I'm getting 8 grams of BCAA. No, but you're getting 4 grams of leucine, and you can see each ingredient and you can see the dosage that you're getting. So you're not, you know what you're getting, and you're not, we're not BSing, any pre-workout. We're not spiking anything. You know exactly what you're getting. And I think that's what the industry lacks. I think it lacks the honesty. I think companies are trying to just make a quick buck, because one, their labels look good, and two, their ads look good. And, that's why I created this company, is that we don't want to do that, man. We want to be able to have our customers trust us. We want our customers to know exactly what they're getting out of their product. And, once they try our product, they're going to love it and they're going to come back.
George, you're a very educated guy, and I want to ask you this. So when it comes to BCAAs, obviously you're touting the Remax as an intra-workout, but what is your opinion, your thoughts on people drinking like BCAAs throughout the day that obviously not during strenuous training?
Well, the BCAAs are something that you don't create in your body, so it doesn't you don't essentially create these on a daily basis, so you have to supplement with them. And the good thing about our BCAAs is that you can take it within your workout, so it hydrates you and it recovers you. But not only that you could take it as a post-workout to do the exact same thing, because you have a window of about 30 minutes to get all your post-nutrition inside your body in order to recover optimally. But, not only that, you can take this throughout the day for optimal recovery and more hydration as well. So it's a great thing just to have in your cabinet, because, if you want to go grab a Gatorade, Gatorade's not going to give you your essential amino acids that you need for your muscle recovery. Gatorade's going to give you a bunch of carbs, a bunch of sugar, that you probably don't need during the day.
Sure.
You're going to be able to take this, later on throughout the day just to give you that, that extra amino acids, that, the glutamine to recover, the electrolytes, the coconut water to hydrate. Especially in Los Angeles, man, it gets hot out here, so, you definitely need a lot of hydration out here.
Sure. So what are you working on currently that people might be looking for? Or are you at that point now where you're thinking about new products?
Yeah, actually, it's every time we would just come out with this one, I'm already thinking of our protein, and we have something, being formulated. And what I like about our protein that's going to come out soon, I'm thinking probably in the next 2 to 3 months. We have a great tasting protein, man. One of the things that I want to make sure we nail down is the taste. I think people love to take protein if it tastes good, just because you're able to make it into smoothies. You're able to take it, as a post-workout by itself. You're able to put, different ingredients, fruits. So we definitely wanted to make it the best tasting protein that we can have out there compared to different people, so that people can take it in the morning, people can take it, at night, whenever they want a great snack. And it's 100% whey, and it's going to be a multi-vitamin complex as well. So you'll get your daily vitamins as well. So we have that kind of going. The number one, I'm not sure if you knew, but the number one supplement out there in the United States is a daily vitamin. People take more daily vitamins than anything else. So I wanted to add that somewhere where if you're going to take, if you're going to take a protein in the morning, if you're going to do a smoothie in the morning, because you didn't have breakfast, but, you're going to add some banana, you're going to add some, strawberries to your protein, which I do. I wanted to give the people that daily vitamin, dosage on each serving. So a lot of people, like I said, take a lot of multivitamins, and I wanted to be able to, supplement the protein with a multivitamin complex inside of it, so we know that people are getting their daily vitamins. And not only that, a lot of people, as much as the daily vitamins are being consumed, not a lot of people take, especially not a lot of, athletes. If you were to ask an athlete, hey man, what are your supplements? They'll probably tell you like, oh man, I take protein, I take BCAAs, but they're probably missing the daily vitamins, and the daily vitamins are just crucial for, body processes all over. So, we wanted to add that to our protein, just, to make it, more than the protein. It's more than the protein. It's your daily vitamins, man. You're getting your, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D. Like, you're getting all these essential vitamins, man, that are crucial for just performance, daily life activities, everything that you're looking for.
So now, when you said weight earlier, a blend of isolate and concentrate, or what are you thinking, or I don't know if you can share that or not?
Well, we don't know yet. One of the things is that protein is getting expensive. The protein is honestly it's skyrocketing just because protein is getting to the point where a lot of people are taking it not just in the sports industry, but just as like I said earlier, just like a snack or a breakfast. And so it's getting, it's obviously really popular, but the more premium, the more expensive. But definitely we want to get out a premium protein just so that it can, it can match our name, it can match our premium line. So, we're still in the works with that. We still have to figure out, the rest of the research and development side of it. But, I'm excited that once, we decide on an actual formula, that it's going to be the best, the best protein, that we can give the customers.
So now, maybe you mentioned what's your thought process on releasing that? 6 months, or maybe you mentioned or not?
Well, I'm thinking, probably within, I think 3 months.
Okay.
I want to have this. I want to be able to have 3 products. That way I can give the customers different options. And I think with the protein, we're trying to get it as fast as we can out there. It'll give customers those options that maybe you don't want to take a pre-workout, because you're okay with coffee, and that's fine. But hey, we do have a great tasting protein, or hey, what about your hydration drink and your muscle recovery? So with the protein and just having 3 products, I think it'll expand our target customers, and we'll be able to get into different demographics. It's a different, a lot of people like to drink protein just like that, and pre-workout as well, for energy, but we're going to be able to just give the customers more options with the protein. I'm thinking 3 months, probably 4. Just kind of depending on how everything goes, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited that we came out with our second product. I was excited with our first product. Now we have 2. I can't wait till we have 3.
It's like kids. You love your first one. You can't wait for your second one, sometimes your third one. But either way, I know exactly what you're saying. What's the short and long term plans for the company?
Well, we actually have a couple of professional athletes that we're sponsoring. We have this guy Hunter Sharp. He just signed a contract with the Denver Broncos. We have this professional soccer player that plays for the Sacramento Republic for the MLS, and then we have Juan Perez that plays for the Cincinnati Reds. So we have great athletes on board right now, and what I want to be able to do long term is be able to supplement professional athletes, professional sports teams, and professional leagues, and that's the route that I want to head into. And I'm looking at just in the future being able to be the official supplier of the MLB, the official supplier of the MLS. I want to be able to give these professional athletes the performance-based ingredients, man. And one great thing that we do have in the development is that we are going to certify our product as drug-free products. So in the next probably same range, about 3 to 4 months, we should have our product certified drug-free. So that is going to expand. That's going to expand, our company to the next level, whether it's, high school athletes, college athletes, and professional athletes. We want to be able to, give products that are drug-free. People can trust our name. People can trust that, we're not filtering our products. We're not spiking our products. We're not adding anything that's not supposed to be there. And, being able to get it to the highest level, man, like I said, I want to be able to supply professional leagues, professional players, and I want, the highest competitors to come to us and be like, hey man, we need your pre-workouts in our locker room. We need your pre-workout to get better. And hopefully, that all of the hard work that we're putting into, man, that's what our goals are going to be, and hopefully we obtain those.
And I'm sure myself and all the listeners will be obviously following your career trajectory down in the future. George, a question I always like to ask guests for, just to shoot right out, what advice do you have for people that maybe want to play in the supplement game like yourself? Good, bad, or different? What advice do you have?
It's a struggle, man. And I think when I got myself into this, and then just being able to find, and network with people, it's a struggle. You have to get your hands dirty, man. I was just out yesterday doing a demo at this gym, and being able to personally talk to the people about your product, being able to tell them why you're different. It's the dirty work. It's not just, you're not just going to be able to, put a pretty product out there, or even if the product is amazing, it won't sell unless, you're there talking about it. Whether your social media is awesome, whether, your ads are awesome, nobody's going to trust you because nobody knows you. Nobody knows about your brand. If your labels look pretty, that's awesome, but people are not going to trust it. And more than 90% of people trust a company if buy a product if they trust the company, or if a friend tells them about the company or about the product.
Yep.
And that's what you have to do, man. You have to do demos. You have to go explain it to people. You have to interact with your customers. You have to. It's more than just being able to supply a product to them. They want to see the face behind the product, and I think that's what essentially are going to trust the company in order to buy something. They're going to be like, who's behind this? Who's doing this? And you have to, do the dirty work and go out there and meet with gyms, meet with nutrition shops, tell them about your product. Say, hey man, this is my supplement company. This is what it's based about. This is who I am. This is why I did this. Same thing I'm doing right now, but just in a more of a interaction with customers and, with different shop owners, because they want to see a company succeed. They want to see, I think everybody does. Everyone wants to see a company succeed. Everyone wants to, see us grow. But I that's my advice to everybody, is just to go out there and just, grind, being able to create those relationships with your customers, and being able to create those relationships with different people, different companies out there as well, being able to create these partnerships, because no matter how small you are, no matter how big you are, man, you have great advice. Other people have great advice. You take it into effect, and you just, work on your way up.
Sure. Now, George, are you strictly online, or are you in any stores currently?
We're not in any stores at the moment. We're currently just online. But like in our local communities, we are going out to gyms. We're going out to nutrition shops, and we're setting up tables. We're giving customers some samples. They're tasting it. We're telling them about their products. So, we want to be able to, for our local people to trust us and say, hey, we're from here. This is what we're gonna, give you guys. And in turn, that's going to create, some company trust, and, in our social media, people are going to start, looking like, wow, they're actually getting out there with their community, and it's, that's going to build a trust with customers, especially buying online. And nobody wants to buy online unless they really know what they're buying. So it's a scary thing. So you have to really get out there and grind, man, and, being able to talk about your product, and hopefully, these local shops are interested enough so that they can buy your product, and put it on their shelf. So, it's a one step at a time. one step at a time, and it just the one thing is that you should never keep trying, man. You're partnering with people, doing demos, creating events, just little things like that, man. I think giving back to the community, giving back to the actual customer, letting the customers, touch and feel and taste, like what are they getting themselves into. Online, you can't really do that. Somebody can't really feel comfortable in saying, hey, this pre-workout, it can look nice online, but it's not going to do any justice if they're not, touching the product, if they're not tasting the product. So, it's been a rough online store. But I think that's just with anything. No matter if it's a supplement or no matter if it's a different product, it's going to be hard online. But we're able to, get out there, go to gyms and, different places like that, just building that customer trust, and in turn, I think that's what's really gonna set us, apart from the different companies.
George, as things start winding down, anything else you'd like to share with the listeners?
I just want to say thanks for having me on the show. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the fact that I get to talk about my company, get to talk about the products, and I really feel passionate about my company and what we're doing. And I want to be able to just build that trust with customers, with partners like yourself, and just say that this is our company is great. But not only that, our company is great, but I want to be able to build that relationship as the owner of the company with my customers and with you and different partners. And I want people to really get to know the face behind it, why I did it. So it's a great opportunity to be here, man. I think I love it, and hopefully I can come back another time.
Sure. And George, please plug all your social media, website, everything else for the listeners.
So our website is www.altuspremiernutrition.com. And our social media, our Instagram is going to be @AltusPremierNutrition. Our Twitter is going to be @AltusPremier. Our Facebook, that's going to be Altus Premier Nutrition. We have a lot of contests going on every single week. So we'll have different contests here and there. We actually have a contest going on right now. It's for our LA-based audience, but we have win 2 free Dodgers tickets for opening day. So they're playing the San Diego Padres April 3rd. We're going to be giving away 2 Dodgers tickets, and we're also going to
Very
be.
Nice.
I have a buddy who lives here who played 10 years in the MLB. His name is John Garland. He played with the Dodgers. So he's going to be signing some cool stuff, man. He's going to get some T-shirts, some balls, so that we're going to include that in the prices. It's for our LA base. I don't think anybody in Florida, New York, are going to want to, join our thing. But something cool we're having right now, and we're going to be announcing a lot of different contests as we move forward. And definitely a way to reach us is our social media, just being able to get on there and see when we're going to do our next one. And we're always trying to create different, contests, different events that, we try to put together with our athletes, with our community, and our social media will definitely, let everybody know about what's going on.
Excellent. Well, unfortunately, folks, this wraps up another great episode. I want to thank George for his time today. Be sure to tune in for future guests and also a new upcoming segment called the SuppTalk Supplement Minute. Be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube, Podcast Garden, and Stitcher. Be well, and have a great week. Thank you for sticking around, and hopefully you enjoyed my conversation with George earlier. As I was thinking about new ways to expand the show, it hit me. Why not do a segment on what's going on in the supplement world? And it took me all of about 10 seconds to figure out who I wanted to partner up with. My wingman is a world traveler, well-respected, has been in the supplement game for a few years now. He is editor-in-chief of one of the most recognized supplement websites in the world. Allow me to introduce Shane Smith of Stack3d. Shane, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Sean. Thanks for having me. I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. I am as well. I know we've been chatting for years. You've always been very kind to the SuppTalk brand, and I'm glad to be partnering up with you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you contacted me, wasn't an opportunity I was going to pass on.
So tell us, what's the latest and greatest this week in the world of supplements?
Well, I mean, I pulled together just a quick collection of some of the top stories, some of the most read pieces from over the past week. Sometimes they're not the most exciting things, but when they get the reader's attention, it's definitely worth highlighting them. And I think the best one we have probably to start off with was Celicore, who's been sort of the talk of the town over the past week and a bit. They have sort of just come out of nowhere and just dropped 4 new products. Not all of them are entirely new, but for a brand that generally only drops one every month or 2, if that, it's pretty big for them. So I mean, the first one you had was Beta BCAA, which was a product in their basic line that that they've just updated. They've reformulated with citrulline malate. You then have C4 which is a new version of their pre-workout, or another version of their pre-workout that sort of sets itself apart by being tingle-free, which is it just means there's no beta-alanine and no creatine, so very similar to the regular C4 in every other way. You then have its fat burner Super HD Fire, which is sort of a bit different because it has 2 different formulas inside. You have one that people use in the morning, and then one people use in the afternoon, and it's split up that way. And then the last one is a product called C4 Extreme Energy, which is actually just a new and improved kind of version of C450X. It's branded the same. The ingredients are very much very similar. There are a few differences, but Celicore did tell me that the overall idea is just that it's a more extreme version, more stimulant-based version compared to the regular C4.
And so these are available for purchase, or they're coming to the market soon?
It's a mix at the moment. C4 is it's in a number of different places, but not available, or they're just listing it as pre-release. C4 Extreme Energy, I believe, is in the same boat. Super HD Fire, that one is on GNC, listed as back order, which means you can place an order for it, but it's not going to ship immediately. In fact, they haven't listed a date from what I know. So if you do order it, it's you're not going to know when you're going to get it. And Beta BCAA, that's available in a number of different places. That one immediately went on sale. Guys like bodybuilding.com, Campus Protein, they all have it, and I think bodybuilding.com is actually running a sale at the moment, or a sale already on it. It's dropping it to $20 a bottle.
Oh, wow. Good to know. What else is exciting for the week?
The other brand that's been doing really well lately is Redcon One. They came out of in I think it was September last year. They dropped 13 different products, which was just huge for a brand that you'd never heard of before, from Aaron Singerman, known for brands like Prime and Blackstone Labs. And over the past couple of weeks, they have been going at it. They did their stimulant-free fat burner just dropped just last week. That's called Silencer. A combination of, I think it was 6 or 7 different ingredients. But the whole idea is just that, you get kind of the same weight loss effects as you would as most supplements, but without the energy kick, and it gives you the ability to use it at night. And the other one that was just unveiled this week, but not yet available, is Redcon One's RPG, which is their GDA, their glucose disposal formula. Another great Redcon product, well put together, a lot of different ingredients, good doses, and it's another great product. And I do know that Aaron has told me there is another one coming. It hasn't been written about on Stack3d, and it's called MRE. He hasn't told me what it's meant for or what it's meant to do. Kind of sounds like a meal replacement of some sort, but I'm just going to have to wait for more on that one.
As they say, stay tuned on that.
Yeah, he hasn't yet. Usually I get clues and hints here, but that was just a name, and I can't get much from that, obviously.
Anything else exciting what did you want to let the listeners know about?
Last one I would think would be just a new brand. We usually post about new brands once or twice a week. We have a lot to keep up with, but Pitbull Labs, it's a very bright, very colorful brand that just didn't really just launch, but it's just up and coming. They've got 2 products at the moment, Basics Protein Powder and a BCAA. The protein powder is a transparent one, so kind of like Muscle Elements, NutriBio. They list the doses of their protein on the product, and the BCAA comes in 2 versions. Both are identical in formula, but one does have a little bit of extra caffeine to give some energy, but it packs a lot of different ingredients. It's got about 7 grams of plant-based BCAAs, glutamine, citrulline, and coconut water, and they do have pre-workouts on the way. I think they said 2. They weren't specific on whether or not they're both stimulant products, both stimulant-free. I would assume it's going to be like a stim and a stimulant-free pump one, but that's another one that you're going to have to sort of stay tuned for, I think.
And obviously, I'm just familiarizing myself, but to have a transparent protein powder, again, much kudos to that company, and obviously we'll look forward to them in the future. Shane, for people not familiar with you or Stack, how can they learn or how can they read more about you and the company?
Just go to stack.com. Stack.com and Stack was a 3. And we drop posts, new product information, anywhere from like 8 to 15 times a day. We do live coverage of expos. People don't attend, they can sort of keep up with everything that goes on. And we have all the usual social channels, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, but the posts that all go on there just to keep people on social media connected with the site and anything that goes live and whatnot.
Perfect. And once again, listeners, that is STACK3d.com. And as always, we appreciate your time and tuning into the brand new Stack Supplement Minute. Have a great week.
Thank you.